It is one of the jewels in the crown of Australian greyhound racing. As I said, it was first run in 1990 when it was won by Ultrasense. Highly Blessed won it in 1991. Tent Hill Doll in 96. Rapid Journey 98. The Great Brett Lee in 2001. Fernando Bale, trained by Andrea Daly, now absolute legend as far as the stud career is concerned, as well as being the first greyhound to win $1 million in prize money. He won it in 2015. Uphill Jill, who was trained by Dave Gill, who I just saw here, won it in 2018. And Jason McKay, who took it out in 2019 with Zipping Bailey. He's got Fantastic Raven in the 2022 version of the Golden Easter Egg. The market for the race, again, She's a Pearl. Look, it takes a lot to move a greyhound from $2.05 into $1.85. That is exactly what has happened with She's a Pearl tonight. She is firm and she is absolute rock solid as far as the betting market is concerned at $1.85. $4.80 about number 4, Idolize. $8.50 about Lewis Rumble. And look, if you're looking for something at a bit of value, I do thought that, you know, Good Odds Cash, I know Frankie doesn't like a drawn out wide, but if there is trouble in 4, 5 and 6 where the speed is with Mitchell Street, She's a Pearl and also Good Odds Cash. Good Odds with Idolize, I should say. I thought Good Odds Cash could get a really sweet run down the outside. All right, so we are around about 10 or so minutes away from the 2022 version of the Group 1 Golden Easter Egg. Runners are in the parade yard. The preview is about to get underway. We're about to have the national anthem here at Wentworth Park. There's plenty of people underneath. It probably doesn't paint a true picture of how many people are here on course at Wentworth Park. There's a function upstairs here with around 300 people, and underneath in that main auditorium area, there's probably another 400 or 500 people. So a fairly healthy crowd here on Golden Easter Egg night for 2022. Still 185 for She's a Pearl from box number 5, favourite in the Easter Egg. Now into $1.80, $4.80 about Idolize, $8.50 for Lewis Rumble, $11 Fantastic Raven, $8.50 about Good Odds Cash. She is my smoky and knockout in the feature race tonight. All right, so the preview, as I said, where the lure is sent around the track a couple of times, will be done in a moment's time. We are now around about 8 minutes away from start time, and runners will be heading out onto the track very soon. I can imagine the nerves that some of these trainers and particularly the owners would be feeling leading into a race. Not only the prestige of the race, but also the money on hand. $250,000 goes to the winner. $1.80 She's a Pearl, $4.80 Idolize, $8.50 Lewis Rumble, $8.50 about Good Odds Cash. As I said, Andrea Daly at $19 with Zara's Ivan. She's taken out the 2 previous winners, or trained the winners of the 2 previous races, I should say. She's got Zara's Ivan in this. Of course, Fernando Bale, Grigoriev Bale. We've had a long and successful history coming up to Wentworth Park from their base down in Victoria. But the preview is being conducted at the moment. And there are the greyhounds in the parade area. Number 5, that is She's a Pearl, being handled by Paul Mills for Jody Lord. Number 2 there is Takakati, Kayla Jane Coleman. 6th green is Mitchell Street for Jetta Cutlick, handled by Tommy Savalas tonight. And 7 the black there that we can see, that is Good Odds Cash for Frankie Hurst. Don't forget, head to ladbrokes.com.au for all your markets on all the big greyhound races. You can bet on the futures there, and they've got markets up for races like the $1 Million Chase. And go to ladbrokes.com.au. Head there quickly now for the market on the 2022 Golden Easter Egg. She's a Pearl, $2 into $1.80. Very, very solid in the market. She just hasn't budged since she hit that $1.80 mark. Idolize in from $5 to $4.80. Probably the second best supported runner in the race, but as I said, there's a stack of money for the odds on pop here in the shape of She's a Pearl. Time for the national anthem now. Here is Monique Montez.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden swell and woe for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair in joyful strength, and let us sing advance Australia
from Monique. Thank you for your support, ladies and gentlemen. The applause most appreciated.
Monique Montez with her rendition of the Australian national anthem here at Wentworth Park. Greyhounds making their way onto the track. We are now around about 4 minutes away from start time for the 2022 Group 1 Ladbrokes Golden Easter Egg. We're going to go through these greyhounds individually. They head to the boxes. Thedogs.com.au, they've gone 5 She's a Pearl, 4 Idolize, 1 Lewis Rumble, 3 Fantastic Raven. I've put the favourite on top, but I have had a little bit as a saver on number 7 Good Odds Cash, trained by Frankie Hurst at around the $8.50 quote. All right, of course, this is a 3-week series. We had heats and then semi-finals. Tonight, of course, is the final. Lewis Rumble from box number 1 won his heat in 29.90, then ran 29.95, winning his semi-final. With the Ladbrokes at the moment, Lewis Rumble currently at around the $8.50 quote. And from box number 1, 9 starts, 4 wins and 3 minor placings. So they'll be coming over the dais here. Ronnie Yarner will be introducing them. There is Steve Kavanagh with number 1 Lewis Rumble, who's had 52 starts for 27 wins. Number 2 is Takakati for Kayla Jane Coleman. Won its heat as a 50-1 outsider and then ran second behind She's a Pearl last week, beaten 6.5 lengths. 3 the white Fantastic Raven, $11. Won its heat in 29.84, then ran 29.91 when running down Mitchell Street. Idolize, a heat winner in 29.82, trimmed that time up to a career best effort of 29.63 last week. 4 starts at Wentworth Park for 4 wins, and from box number 4, 3 starts for 2 victories. There is the favourite. Number 5, She's a Pearl, out to 185 with Ladbrokes. An amazing run of form of late. 29 starts, 18 wins, the last 8 straight. And she is the rock-solid favourite. She ran 29.47 in a heat, 29.46 in a semi. Mitchell Street won his heat in 30 and 21 and then ran second behind Fantastic Raven. Good Odds Cash, after winning the Maitland Gold Cup, ran second behind She's a Pearl in a heat and then ran second behind Lewis Rumble, starting from box 8 last week. And of course, the field is rounded out by number 8, Zara's Ivan, by Barcia Bale out of Zara's Entity, owned by the Daly family, trained by Andrea Daly. Ran third in its heat behind Fantastic Raven and then ran second last week behind Idolize when it had box number 1. Moves to box 8 tonight. It's had 2 starts when wearing the pink rug and is yet to win off box number 8. I've gone with She's a Pearl. If you're looking for a saver, I thought Good Odds Cash could run a race at odds. There is number 5, She's a Pearl, the favourite. She is by Aston DB out of She's Impetuous. 29 starts, 18 wins, 6 minors. Here at Wentworth Park, 15 starts for 11 wins, and she ran her career best time here last week of 29.46 when she started from box number 2. Idolize for Peter Prosciutto from Victoria. This greyhound's had 24 starts for 14 wins. It won the Sandown Laurels last year, a race that Divine Empress, who won the New Sensation tonight, started a $1.50 and favourite. But she's Idolize, I should say, won 4 of the last 5, including a couple of very smart wins there at Shepparton. But she loves winning. 4 starts here at Wenty for 4 wins, and that PB of 29.63 came last week. There's Mitchell Street. Now, we're talking about how we think the race will pan out. Well, the pace runners are boxes 4, 5 and 6. Idolize in 4, She's a Pearl in 5 and Mitchell Street in box number 6. They are the expected front runners in this race. Last week, She's a Pearl and also Idolize ran around that 5:36 to the first mark. But as I said, I spoke with Andy Lord earlier this morning. He believes that She's a Pearl can break 5:30 to the first mark. If she leads, it's very hard to see a greyhound running her down. Her back end sections have been absolutely phenomenal over the last couple of weeks of this series. She, of course, won the Temora Cup, then came back to Wenty, and she has been in dynamic form. Runners are moving over behind the boxes for the big one, the Group 1 Ladbrokes Golden Easter Egg Final for 2022. 250,000 to the winner, 55,000 goes to second, $33,000 to third. The favourite with ladbrokes.com.au, clear-cut favourite, is number 5, She's a Pearl. Paul Mills puts her into the middle box as we head upstairs to Matt Jackson.
So the odds are in. Evens coming up. The Golden Easter Egg of 2022 is set to run. The green light is turned on. The moment we've longed for. They're ready, set, and they're racing now. She's a Pearl bounced out well. Lewis Rumble out fast from the inside, and Lewis Rumble went through and led. She's a Pearl got the second, only 2 lengths away, and got up on the rails to hit the front as Lewis Rumble ran off the track. Up into third, placing the outsiders, Good Odds Cash. Then Tachycardic, Fantastic Raven, against Zara's Ivan, Mitchell Street and Idolize. She's a Pearl. She's broken away around the home corner. She led by 4 on Good Odds Cash, but She's a Pearl. She's spectacular, a superstar, and she joins the all-time greats of greyhound racing. She's a Pearl won the Easter egg from Good Odds Cash. A gap away on the Fantastic Raven or Zara's Ivan in third. They're followed by Lewis Rumble. Tachycardic ran the race of his life from Mitchell Street and Idolize. 29.73 the time, and we have a new queen of greyhound racing. She's a Pearl. Number 5. She's a Pearl for Jodie Lord. What a story this is. Bought at the end of last year for a new syndicate. She's been beaten once since Andy and Jodie Lord took over the training. That was at her very first start for them, and she's just continued to get better and better. It didn't go her own way tonight, but she has dazzled us here at Wentworth Park. Number 5, She's a Pearl, beat 7, Good Odds Cash. What a run from her coming from off the speed. Fantastic Ravens run third. Zara's Ivan in fourth. 5, 7, 3 and 8. The numbers here on the Golden Easter Egg, 5, 7, 3 and 8. 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. 29.73 is the time. 3 3/4, 5 1/2. 29.73 the run on the Golden Easter Egg of 2022.
One of the biggest roars I've ever heard at Wentworth Park. The boys who own She's a Pearl are around 10 metres away from me. They literally lifted the roof on the grandstand when she got underneath Lewis Rumble at the first turn. Mick Cowley is trackside with her handler, Paul Mills.
Paul Mills, congratulations, mate. Congratulations, Paul. That's a pretty phenomenal performance, but as you said, she never worries you. She never makes it hard.
No, she just knows how to win. In front, behind, whatever. You know, she's just ultimate race dog.
Mate, she did not jump as well as what she has in the past, but you still wasn't concerned?
Yeah, mate. She just makes her own luck, eh? It's a bit hard to hear, mate.
Mate, what's it mean for the kennel to win a Golden Easter egg?
Well, it's Andy and Jodie's first Easter egg, and congratulations. Like, Tyler's working, that's why they can't be here tonight, and there's a lot of backbone behind the kennel, and it's just their first Easter egg, and I'm sure they'll be wrapped, and well done, Jodie and Andy. Enjoy it. Have a drink, Jode.
Paul, you've handled a lot of good dogs for the Lords. This one, when did you know how special she was?
She's up with them, and she's still got a lot to prove and show, and she's on song for it, you know.
She's almost bulletproof, isn't she?
Yeah. But when you contest these big group races, it's a different ball game, you know. Like, I've seen many fast dogs, but to do it in the competition, well, she's done it and shown it. So there you go.
When she worked inside Lewis Rumble on this first turn, got to the front, you must have been smiling.
Yeah, it was, but I still wasn't getting too carried away. But I'd like to see it a couple more times too.
What's the future for her? Yeah, she's untapped. She's 29-4 around here. She could do anything.
Yeah, well, probably obviously the MDC and whatever Andy and Jody plan out for her. Like, she just get looked after like she always has, and yeah, who knows how far she's going to go.
Congratulations, well done. Congrats to Andy and Jody as well.
Yeah, for sure. Good on you, Andy and Jody.
Paul Mills there, the handler of She's a Pearl. Here is a replay. Lewis Rumble came out running, and look at the guts that She's a Pearl shows there as Lewis Rumble gets off the first turn and Pearl gets up underneath her. And as I said, the roar from the boys here that own She's a Pearl, they're literally 5 or 6 metres away from me. It was enormous, and She's a Pearl puts 3 or 4 on them. Lewis Rumble, Good Odds Cash gets into second spot, and then comes Fantastic Raven flooding home late. But it is She's a Pearl who takes out the 2022 Melbourne Cup. Idolize absolutely fed out of the box. She barely even contested the races after that. And there's Lewis Rumble spearing off for the first turn, and Pearl gets up underneath her. And it gives Jody and Andy Lord their biggest success in greyhound racing in Australia, with She's a Pearl continues an amazing run of form. And She's a Pearl goes heat semi-final winner of the 2022 Ladbrokes Golden Easter Egg, and collects $250,000 for a big syndicate headed up by the Punters HQ boys and trained by Andy and Jodie Lord. Might have dividends on for the Group 1 Golden Easter Egg, and She's a Pearl has said rock solid with Ladbrokes, $2 into $1.80. And she was the best supported runner. Good Odds Cash runs a good race to grab second. Fantastic Raven finishes in third spot. But She's a Pearl, well, we didn't expect Lewis Rumble to lead her, but as I said, she just had to show so much guts and determination to be able to get through a pack at the first turn. She was the meat and the sandwich, but she drove hard, and she set herself up for victory there. And there are some of the boys and ladies that are part owners in She's a Pearl. And She's a Pearl, by claiming the Group 1 Golden Easter Egg, takes a record now to 30 starts for 19 wins, 6 minor placings. Her prize money, $341,000 in total. So we're just waiting for the official dividends to come to hand for the Group 1 Golden Easter Egg, and I think we're about to pop them up on screen. $2 and $1.40 for She's a Pearl, $2.20 Good Odds Cash, $2.90 Fantastic Raven. Number 8 Zara's Ivan finished in 4th spot. The Quinella 970, sacked at 10.40. The trifecta 76.70, and that first 4 pays $509.70. 509.70. The first 4 to the Group 1 Ladbrokes Golden Easter Egg, and there is the reward, as well as the $250,000 check and the prestige of having the winner. But I can tell you, scenes like this rarely ever seen at Wentworth Park. The noise from up here, we're on the second floor of the grandstand where the function is, and there's a huge crowd and a huge contingent of owners. And when She's a Pearl went through that first turn underneath Lewis Rumble and took the lead, it was deafening. Great to hear. Well done, as said, to Jody and Andy Lord. Long been regarded as 2 of our best trainers, but again, all odds to She's a Pearl. All right, Good Odds Cash has finished second for trainer Frankie Hurst. Mick Cowley's with him now.
Frank Hurst, Good Odds Cash, second placing in a Golden Easter Egg. Fantastic effort by her.
Sensational. We come here expecting 0, you know. We know all our dogs go okay, they're all fit and well and that, but the way the races were drawn, the boxes and all that, we sort of thought we had no hope. And the first 2 never done any good, and then when it counted, she bobbed up and ran second, so lovely.
And no disgrace chasing home a dog like She's a Pearl.
Well, the last time we were here in this sort of race, we ran 3rd. this time we run second, maybe next year or the year after we'll win it. Who knows?
She's obviously into the $1 million chase now. So she's already got a spot in the semis, so that's a good sign. She's coming good at the right time.
She was the first dog qualified, yeah. So that's all plans ahead for her, and that's what we've set her for, and that's where she's going.
Congratulations, Frank.
Thank you.
All right, so Good Odds Cash has got a ticket into the $1 million chase by courtesy of winning the New South Wales Sprint Championship last year. She's a Pearl has also got that ticket into the semi-finals. Mick Cowley is now with April McKay.
April, congratulations. Fantastic run by fantastic Raven.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of carnage on that first corner and she got spat out the last, but no, it was a big run down the back to run home and get third.
She just keeps improving. She's just amazing, isn't she?
Yeah, she does, but when you got She's a Pearl out in front flying like that, you never run them down.
But credit to her, though. She just never knows when to stop trying.
Nah, she's a very good bitch and we love her and she's happy and whatnot, but no, that was fantastic, her run.
You've run second in the Country Classic not long ago. You've run third in a Golden Easter Egg. Where to next for her?
We're in at Gosford on Tuesday in the $1 million chase seats. Just have a crack at that and see how we go each week by week.
Congratulations, well done on third place.
Thank you.
Mick Cowley there with April McKay, the handler of Fantastic Raven, which finished in third spot. She's a Pearl, all honours with Pearl. And I can tip that there's going to be a pretty big party and a pretty big drink in Sydney town with the boys and the girls that own She's a Pearl, as said, trained by Andy and Jodie Lord. And her look of form over the last 3 or 4 months has just been nothing short of sensational. They've done a great job placing her. They took her to Temora for the Temora Cup heats. Andy told me he wanted to get her away from Wentworth Park before the Golden Easter Egg, just to freshen her up coming back here. It's worked an absolute treat. And She's a Pearl continues on a winning way. Of course, she was trained in the early part of her career by Peter Sims, who's based down at Wagga. I know Simsy would still get a massive thrill out of seeing She's a Pearl win a Golden Easter Egg. Good odds cash, good run by her, and likewise with Fantastic Raven. But we are about to go trackside now for the presentation of the 2022 Ladbrokes Group 1 Golden Easter Egg.
We have the place getters and the winner. First of all, we'll introduce the third place getter from Jason McKay's team, Fantastic Raven. Of course, Jason has won a Golden Easter Egg. The runner-up, Good Odds Cash, Frankie Hurst, has won a $1 million chase. So we're in real good company with this race tonight. The runner-up, Good Odds Cash. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll get you to put your hands together in a moment as we sash and introduce the 32nd winner of the greatest greyhound race in the world, the Golden Easter Egg. It belongs to a name that you're just going to hear so much about. She literally is. She's a Pearl. Of course, trained by Jodie and Andy Lord. Wonderful success for them. Certainly tremendous. Congratulations to them. And while we're congratulating, there must be one organisation we continue to congratulate with greyhound racing, and I refer to Ladbrokes. Our rep Greg from Ladbrokes is not in the best of condition tonight. We're going to get Jeff Rose, the chairman of the GBOTA, to present the most important trophy, the Golden Easter Egg, to Ladbrokes once again. Thank you so much for everything you do. Jeff, I'll get you to come forward, please, to present to the team lords and the connections, the winning connections as well. It's a very big ownership team. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Golden Easter Egg changes hands for 2022. There it is.
I haven't heard that for a while.
We also thank Greyhound Racing New South Wales for their support and the GBOTA once again. And I'd like now to call upon the happiest man up on this particular presentation, representing all you guys in the yellow hats. You'll tell the story. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's a dream come true, and just to Jody and Andy, quite insane how good they are. They just dominate Wentworth Park, and we just go along for the ride. So it means a lot to them. They're a little bit nervous this week, I reckon, and just a shout out to Andy and Jody. Thank you very much for letting us come along for the ride.
All right, well, there's plenty of boys to celebrate with through the night. It'll be a big night.
Absolutely. You know what? We just won a golden Easter egg.
There it is, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming out tonight. Fortunately, the rain held off for us. It's a very big moment. Congratulations to the team from She's a Pearl. To everybody else, enjoy Easter next week. We normally do this Easter Saturday night. Please stay safe, and if any of you are in those areas with weather conditions, please be careful on the road, particularly for our Camden and Cobbitty friends. Travel safe, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. God bless.
That's it, yep.
All right, one more. Straight down here. All right, straight ahead.
Can we touch Milsey? Back behind the goal. Get away. Don't touch it. Only you can send it. Good work, Milsey. Are we moving now? Here we go. Get the ones out, boys. Are you right? Yeah.
Seconds. 31 seconds. Thanks.